Hello viewers, you're watching VNA News Agency's daily bulletin and following are the headlines. Powerlifter Lê Văn Công wins first ever Paralympic gold medal for Vietnam. Vietnamese military officers attend UN peacekeeping meeting in London. Conference introduces Vietnam's investment opportunities to US investors. Powerlifter Lê Văn Công made history for Vietnam. He became the first ever Vietnamese athlete to snatch a Paralympic gold medal. With a lift of 181 kilograms, he obtained a gold medal at the ongoing Games in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, on early morning of September 9th, Vietnam time. The medal is also the first of its kind for Vietnam since it began competing at the Paralympics in 2000. Công broke the Paralympic record with his first attempt at 175 kilograms, but his rival Omar Karadar from Jordan topped Công first attempt with a 177 kilogram lift on his second attempt. Công failed at his second attempt at 179 kg to remain in the silver medal position going into the final round. However, the Vietnamese rose to the occasion with a successful 181 kg effort, propelling himself back into the lead and into the history books with a new Paralympic record. Công then broke his own world record with an additional lift of 183 kilograms. Công, 32, is one of the 11 athletes of the Vietnamese delegation to the Paralympics Games, which runs from September 7 to 18. They will compete in athletics, swimming, and powerlifting. With over a week left in Rio Games, the team is in high spirits and proud to continue showering Vietnam with glory on the back of the country's first Olympic gold last month with a record-breaking performance by shooter Hoàng Xuân Vinh. A delegation from the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense took part in the UN Peacekeeping Defense Ministerial meeting in London, together with defense ministers and officials from 75 countries.
Deputy Defense Minister Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Chí Vic led the Vietnamese delegation to the event. At the meeting, Vietnam called on UN peacekeepers to prioritize the issue of humanity, helping local people in nation rebuilding efforts apart from ensuring peace. Vietnam also asked for enhanced international cooperation and mutual support, especially assistance for newcomers to peacekeeping operations like Vietnam. Those proposals received widespread support at the meeting. The UN peacekeeping forces have permanent personnel of about 90,000 troops tasked with addressing political and military crises at countries with ongoing armed conflicts or war risks. They just engage in peacekeeping, humanitarian aid provision, and monitoring of ceasefires at conflicted areas.
Leading Russian experts and researchers on Asia-Pacific discussed how a legal path helps secure peace and stability in this sea at a roundtable workshop in Moscow on September 8. They agreed that the ruling issued by the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague, the Netherlands, on July 12 confirms China's sovereignty declaration in this sea has no legal foundation. They said the ruling provides extra legal power for countries in this sea to forge ahead with negotiations, which are the only legal path to regional peace and stability. Participants suggested the involved parties seek measures to address disputes peacefully and without use or threat to use forces and in line with international law. They agreed that any disputes in this sea are unbeneficial for Russia, as both Vietnam and China are strategic partners of Russia. Asian maps of Vietnam, France, China, and other countries, which show China has no historical evidence supporting its sovereignty claims in its sea, Minister Planning and Investment Nguyễn Chí Dũng co-chaired an investment promotion conference in the U.S. during his working visit to the country from September 6th.
I give great thanks.
The event attracted the participation of numerous U.S. officials, scholars and policymakers, representatives from ASEAN countries and U.S. enterprises. Minister Dũng told participants that Vietnam is building a constructive government which considers the business community a driving force for development. He affirmed the pending Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, which both Vietnam and U.S. are members, will bring about great opportunities for their enterprises. and to 98-year-old photographer Lê Vượng, who has spent 80 years taking photos, many of which feature Hanoi, and won a lot of national and international prizes. I use all VNA to detect beautiful landscapes of the country. The more photos I take, the more I find places around me fascinating. The Idea Prize was granted to Chairman of the Hanoi People's Committee Nguyễn Đức Chung for the initiative to green the city with 1 million trees and 25 more parks in the next 5 years. The job prize went to James Joseph Kendall, a U.S. national, and the Keep Hanoi Clean team to honor their contributions to environmental protection in the city. Kendall and the volunteers often clean canals and drains in Hanoi during weekends.
My love for Hanoi comes from the people. I have so many good friends here, and the people are amazing here. I feel like it's just like a big family for me. All my friends, even people on the street, I feel like it's part of my family. So, it comes from the people.
French singer and musician La Grande Sophie, who wrote the Hanoi song, and fine arts researcher Phan Ngọc Huê, who wrote a book on Hang Cheong paintings, together grabbed the work prize.
The 9th edition of the Full Moon Festival, Lightening Vietnamese Children's Dreams, will take place on September 11 in the central city of Da Nang and Hoi An, Asian city of neighboring Quảng Nam province.
Organizers said this year's event aims to nurture Vietnamese children's love for the homeland, especially sea and islands. The program is expected to draw 200 children from the central coastal localities of Quảng Trị, Thừa Thiên Huế, Da Nang, Quảng Nam, and Quảng Ngãi. Participating kids will have a chance to exchange with each other, visit historical and cultural sites in Da Nang, and share stories on their life and dreams. Initiated in 2009, the annual program has come to many provinces and cities nationwide, including the northern province of Tuyên Quang, Hanoi, the central province of Nghệ An, and the southern cities of Ho Chi Minh and Cần Thơ. On the occasion of this year's Full Moon Festival, there will be another program providing cultural and art performances, games, free medical checkups, gifts, and scholarships for children in the northern provinces of Thái Nguyên, Tuyên Quang, Cao Bằng, Bắc Cạn, and Hà Giang.
And that has come to the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you next time.